We decided tonight that we would not recognize, but have somebody tell a little different story, and that is to have a partnership that we've developed, in this case with Lowell Sun and Lowell Sun Charities. And over the years, the Lowell Sun has been tremendously generous to Lowell General Hospital. I think looking back over the last 5 years, that they've donated nearly $70,000 outright to the organization. And in that same time period, we had adopted the Lowell Sun Charities, and specifically the Sun Santa, as one of our employee charities. And my employees are just phenomenal. I'm so proud of every one of them because they come through every single year, and they've just made this more fun than it is about fundraising. And we started a few years ago, probably 2002, I think. And since then, the employees of Lowell General Hospital every year put together baskets. They make generous donations. They come from all the departments. We usually have somewhere between 20 and 30 baskets that were put together in individual departments. They go out of their way to create these baskets and get creative about them. The baskets range anywhere from a few $1,000s worth of Coach pocketbooks to one that's always a favorite, the high-tech one from our IT department. Usually has a large screen TV, some computers, iPads, and the like. There's always one that's put together that has lots of lottery tickets, so it's the gift that keeps on giving. But what's important is that they come forward with these, they put them together, and then we start selling raffle tickets. And then the employees and then countless people from the greater Lowell area come into the hospital and buy raffle tickets. It gets to be a pretty hassle. I mean, there are hundreds of people standing in line, usually outside the cafeteria. I trip over them occasionally, and they're buying raffle tickets. And it goes on and on and on and on. And last year we added a second campus, and we held raffle ticket sales there as well. And so since we've adopted the Sun Charities, we've raised, we checked into it, $499,000 that we turn over to the Lowell Sun Charities for its work with the Sun Santa. And it's really a testament to two things. One is to the employees, because they really care, and they care about Lowell in a tremendous way. But it's also a testament to another great organization that is Lowell Sun. This is a group that has existed for an awful long time, and they spend an awful lot of time sometimes telling us how we should do our jobs better, sometimes reporting the news, sometimes generating significant advertising dollars. I know that Kendall was probably very conflicted when we talked about the merger, because the Lowellian side of him thought this was the greatest thing that could ever occur. But the advertising salesman side of him looked at the opportunity to have two competing hospitals running ads in Lowell Sun and saw this as a not so great opportunity. But he's been supportive, as has the entire newspaper, throughout the entire process. So this partnership of Lowell Sun and Lowell Sun Charities with Lowell General Hospital is one that keeps getting deeper every year. We've turned the actual raffle process into a game show. It's got its own life, and it's taken on its own meaning. And our employees really enjoy it, and it's now on cable TV, and I get to play Monty Hall for a while. But we really appreciate the deepened relationship that we have with our corporate partnership. And I'd like to publicly thank Kendall for his vision, because without him, we wouldn't be thanking this group. So please give me a round of applause for Kendall. And so I'm going to introduce Mark O'Neill, who's also going to talk a little bit about the Sun Charities and our partnership, and what it's meant to the folks who they impact, the lives that they impact. It's my pleasure now to introduce Mark O'Neill.
Thank you, Norm, and you've got the right height for me as well, so that worked out well. Norm is pretty humble on what he does and how he plays the role of Monty Hall at the Santa unveiling. If you haven't been over there for when they draw the names and numbers, it is just a ball. And I was talking to Jody a little bit earlier tonight, and he mentioned that really as soon as the drawings take place, the competition starts for next year as to what department, how they're going to upstage the next one, and it really is pretty impressive. We're honored to be here. Frankly, we feel we should be honoring Lowell General this evening, not them recognizing us. Recognize them for all it's done for many years as a partner with us and an extremely generous giver to others, a cheerleader for our communities, and a strong supporter of so many other businesses and causes. The hospital, over the years, but certainly most recently, has become such a huge economic engine in the growing healthcare industry throughout our region. The spending power of its employees and the effort they make to buy goods and services locally is unparalleled. You can't underestimate what that means to this marketplace. Very impressive. Lowell General, its people are also the first to support other businesses whenever the Sun does one of its famous special sections that everybody is so familiar with. We may tap you on the shoulder, but Lowell General is always there, first to say yes, first to recognize other people's successes, whether they be another company, another institution, or individuals. We're very proud and fortunate to have a strong relationship with one another. On the news side, Lowell General has always seen the Sun as a great vehicle to bring their message to its core service area. As Norm mentioned, they might not always like what we have to say, but they handle it professionally, with respect, and they're always a point person, a go-to source for us for local news and information. A little bit of an advertisement: with our expanding digital suite of product offerings, the hospital is aggressively capitalizing on these new opportunities to reach beyond the traditional newspaper core audience. I've got a lot of pages, but there's only 6 to a page. 6 words to a page because I'm blind. Let's talk a little bit about the Sun Santa program. And every family is provided the means to purchase a family dinner. You can't underestimate what that means, to be able to have Christmas mean something for these families. And the need is growing more and more every year, and you'd be surprised. It's not just Lowell, it's in some of the communities that you'd look at and say they're all set. They aren't. Last year, with the amazing support from the hospital, more than 1,900 families throughout 14 communities were able to celebrate Christmas. Over 3,300 gift and clothing vouchers, and those differ based on the need, the size of the family, the size of the group. So a family of 6 is obviously going to get a bigger voucher than a family of 2. But over 3,300 gift and clothing vouchers and 1,950 grocery vouchers were distributed. Without the support of the hospital, its leadership, and its dedicated team of employees, we wouldn't be able to meet the ever-expanding needs of so many throughout this region. Last year, an incredible $109,400 was provided to Sun Santa from the hospital. The hospital an impressive number, incredible number, and I think it's gone, not to put any pressure on you for this year, but Norm talked about the total amount, but I think within the last, I may be wrong, but I think within the last 5 or 6 years, it's gone from $40,000 to $109,400. And there's so much energy, passion, enthusiasm, commitment from the employees. And then as Norm talked about, everybody coming in from Alaska and Hawaii to buy raffle tickets. I think if they put a toll booth up, that could be a nice new revenue stream for them, or for the Sun Santa. But in any case, the hospital matches whatever is donated from that. So 50% of that number, it's a separate donation from the hospital, and it's just incredible. An important note, I think, for all of you to feel even better about what that all means: more than 96 cents of every dollar generated to the Sun Santa Fund goes directly back to the communities. You've all seen Ed Madden running around and having his photo taken or showing up at these events. That's our expense. There's some stationery, there's a modest stipend for Son Santa Ed, and the rest is covered by the Son, but we manage it so that everything else goes back into the communities. We are so grateful for the support and kindness of so many from Lowell General Hospital who helped make that happen. All the folks at LGH are great to work with. We can't say that with every institution or vendor we have, but they really are. They quickly embrace new ideas and help make them work. A good example of this was this past May. We did another one of those special sections. We did a special section on the most recent historic transformation of the hospital and the introduction of the Circle Health brand. Their team worked tirelessly to help produce a great section that left people with a real solid understanding of what was happening at the hospital, what had occurred, and more importantly, what was going to happen over the next 6 months, a year, or in the near future. On a personal note, if I may, just sidestep for a minute. I have a 24-year-old son, Christopher, who some of you know, and he's my best friend. Chris went through the STRIDE program through Lowell General's help and support, and was a proud graduate in May or June of 2012. Chris is now employed Monday and Friday at PetSmart in Chelmsford. Go in early, he's there. If you need any help in the fish department, Chris is there to help you. But he works Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at Lowell General in the linen department. And it has made a world of difference for my son. He loves it. Today one of his highlights of the week is the cafeteria. 2 days a week we make him make his lunch. One day he gets to buy. Today he bought. There's a brisket beef special or whatever. Mashed potatoes, mac and cheese, and corn. But he said he had a healthy green tea drink. I'm so proud of Chris, but I'm equally proud of the folks at Lowell General who have helped make Chris feel welcome and part of the family. There's a lot to like about Lowell General Hospital. They're a class act, and we are very fortunate to enjoy a strong partnership and consider ourselves friends. Thank you for all you do.